Hey, this is Jesse at Create This. This is going to be a recap episode. I got my Phantom 2 in early December, like December 3rd or something, and here it is after Christmas, December 29th. And at this point, I feel pretty confident in giving a list of things not to do. Seems like every piece of equipment that I get, I learn the hard way what not to do with it. So I always go through this researching process before I really dive into it and get the equipment and start using it. This particular time around, I did some research before I got this H3-3D gimbal here. And on YouTube, there's this channel called Aerial Media Pros, and there's this guy named Wesley, and he's got a really nice professional looking video. And what he tells you to do is he tells you if you've got a Hero 4 Black, like this one, he tells you to put a coin right here on the end of the gimbal to balance it. And normally that would be really great advice. Unfortunately, there's a shaft right there, as you can see. You can see the little round point in the center. I think the way these work is there are some bearings in here that distribute the load, and then there's a motor underneath this housing. Well, that shaft goes all the way through the structure, I think. And what happens is when you put tape on the end of this, you end up getting it's kind of like a vertical twitch where the camera will, at least on mine when I did it, if I had the camera pointed straight forward, it was fine. But if I tilted it down just ever so slightly, or maybe had it tilted down all the way, the adhesive on the end of this shaft here would cause binding, and it would cause the H3-3D to, I assume, reset. And before that happened, it would kind of vibrate, and I could actually see it in the video. My video would go all fuzzy, and I'd get all this interference, and it would vibrate, and then the camera would twitch down vertically and then come back up, and it would be fine for like a half a second, and then often it would do it again. So what I found is that if I put the coin over here behind the motor housing, I don't have any of those problems at all. So I actually went so far when I was trying to figure out what the deal was here, I went so far as to contact DJI about this problem. And let me read to you what they wrote. All right, so DJI in their infinite helpfulness via their support interface replies and says, "Thank you for contacting DJI support. The H3-3D is not designed for the Hero 4. It was designed to house a Hero 3 Plus, and there may be some differences in the weight and the dimensions between the two. This may be the cause of your issue. We currently do not have a gimbal designed to hold a Hero 4. Thank you for choosing to fly with DJI." So that's incredibly unhelpful, and in my limited experience having the Phantom 2 for about a month, that's pretty much par for the course with them. I've received unhelpful responses every time I've contacted them. So that sucks. But it's a great product, so yeah, kind of hard to deal with. But anyway, they're right. It's definitely not designed for the Hero 4. You do need counterweights because what you want is you want the gimbal to stay in whatever position you put it in. And you can see right here, I clearly need a little bit more weight on the end because this coin was designed to balance it. I weighted it to balance it when the coin was actually on the motor housing, but that doesn't work. So I need to add a little bit more weight there so that it balances properly and I don't overload the motors. I also went so far as to balance it forward and backward, and I just put a penny up there. And I'm actually blocking my record button by doing this, but what I found is that with the adhesive and the penny on the top of the record button, I can still push down on the penny and the Hero 4 starts recording. So that's really not that big of a deal, and the balance seems to work out pretty well. So anyway, if you get a vertical twitch on your H3-3D gimbal before you return it, make sure you're not putting a coin there. I'm not saying that that's the cause of the problem every time, but in my case, that almost certainly was the problem. I've gone out 2 or 3 times since I removed the coin, and it works great now. So there's that. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.